Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today there is some, breaking news for the Houston Rockets. If you didn't know, I am a Houston Rockets fan. Is that James Harden is looking to come back to the Houston Rockets, and some people are excited about that. Some people are not excited about that. I am definitely not excited about that. It's like getting back with an ex that broke up with you. I don't see the value of bringing back James Harden, especially for a team that's young like us, and the fact that he has absolutely no plot whatsoever. Basically, to tell you all of this is that we don't need James Harden, and we don't even need Victor Wembanyama. Looking at the roster and I had to do a strong analysis of the roster, because at first, when we didn't get Victor, I definitely felt dread and depression for a couple of days, because that was definitely a hit, the fact that he's going to San Antonio. But then, as the days progressed, I started thinking, I'm like, maybe we don't even need Victor. Maybe we don't need Victor, because, and this is the reason why I say these things. Number one, Victor Wembanyama obviously is an excellent talent, one of the greatest talents of all time. But then you have the fact that he is 7'5", and most people who are that tall usually are not meant to do the things he does to the degree he does it at. He is an injury risk. Now, it's a very good shot he does become injury prone because of the fact that he's 7'5" and doing all these things. Not to matter that we have a lot of actually really good young talent on the team already. Some of the young talent guys like a Jalen Green, a Jabari Smith, and a Alperen Sengun, these guys got misused so much because Stephen Silas is essentially, in terms of being like a coach, he literally decided to sabotage the entire team. I don't know, it might not be Stephen Silas. Maybe it's the owner. Maybe the owner told Stephen Silas to tank on purpose and misuse these players. But Stephen Silas did such a poor job of using these guys. If you look at Kevin Porter Jr., is not a point guard. He's never been a point guard, and forcing him to become a point guard is definitely not something that's very smart. But he is one of the better catch and shoot players on the team. Actually, he is the best catch and shoot player on the team. And a guy who is such a good three-point shooter and has a 40% catch and shoot, three-point percentage, only taking 2 threes a game is malpractice. It is criminal trying to force him to be something he's not. He is not a point guard. He has too many turnovers, but he's still a very useful player. You have Jalen Green, a guy who's highly athletic, decent three-point shooter, but a very, highly athletic player. And the thing is, you have guys like Jabari Smith, who Stephen Silas was saying that he didn't run plays for Jabari Smith. This is the number 3 pick in the draft, and you're not running plays for him, and you're the head coach. That's like your job. That's why you've been paid all this money, is to run plays and get your best players in good positions to succeed. And then you have a guy in Shangun who is literally like a Nikola Jokic. It's like the evolution, it's like the Pokemon evolution. You know what I'm saying? It was like, there's like Pikachu, it's like Pichu. I haven't watched Pokemon in many years. But, Sengun is like the first level of that. Then you get to Sabonis, then you get to Jokic. Like, Jokic is in the playoffs right now, in the conference finals, an MVP level player, all-time great center, doing his thing. And we have a guy who has a similar skill set to that. And instead of running the offense through him, letting him essentially be the point center, point guard, whatever, running the offense through him, we're like playing around. We're running the offense through him some games, and other games we're not, and then we're trying to do, like, it was a freelance, stupid offense that didn't make any sense, when it should be more of a motion offense, with Sengun having the, basically initiating the offense through Sengun. You have all these 3-point shooters, Kevin Porter Jr., good 3-point shooter, Jalen Green, Jabari Smith. You have all these guys. I'm like, why is this off? Why are we so terrible when you have a team with some pretty good talent that you can actually definitely, create a really competitive team with? You just look at the Denver team. Just try to replicate what Denver did, and then see what happens for you. Denver is the number 1 seed in the conference finals. Stephen Silas, I don't know if they told you to tank on purpose. I mean, they did, but I don't know if you just decided to misuse your players on purpose. If you did, that's tough, but that definitely cost you from getting a coaching job in the future. What I'm saying is, Victor's great, but you have a lot of really good talent here already. If you're able to trade up in the draft and maybe trade out of the pick, I don't know what you want to do with that, but definitely, if just good coaching, Ime Udoka is a much better coach. He's going to hold these guys accountable, especially on the defensive end, because they were slacks. They slouched a lot on defense. This is a guy that they can respect. This guy has been to the NBA Finals. He was just in the NBA Finals last year. So we have a guy who's made the NBA Finals as a coach. He's going to, Basically, I'm saying like the accountability and just the expectation and the structure of the team will be significantly better than whatever the heck Steven Silas did, because that man was not doing anything. No respect for the team. It was completely just a train wreck. Now we get to James Harden. James Harden, his trajectory. Well, we don't need James Harden here. James Harden is the ex that wants to come back. I don't want James Harden. I know some of y'all want James Harden because y'all want to like relive the glory days of 2017, 2018. I've already seen that plot, and it's terrible. And it's not like he left Houston and then got some good plot and then is trying to take it back with him. Like, no, his plot, his last game for Philadelphia, he scored 9 points in the game 7. That's freaking terrible. I don't want that. What are you trying to teach? What are you going to teach the young guys? How to lose? Like how to choke? I don't like, you know, you say, well, Jesse, you know, he's a guy who could teach Jalen and Jabari how to do this and develop and this and that. I don't care about none of what you're telling me. Whatever you're telling me is irrelevant. I promise you it's irrelevant. James Harden hold the ball too long. He dribbled the ball all day. He gonna slow down the offense. We ain't gonna have no pace. All these young guys gonna have no pace. And when he don't have the ball in his hands, he not gonna be doing anything. He not gonna run around. He not gonna have any motion. He gonna do nothing. He's just gonna stay there and do absolutely nothing. I don't want that. That was for 2018. I respect what he did in his time. That was perfectly fine in 2018, 19, all that. It's 2023. I don't want bad plot resonating onto my players. Like that's like a virus, a contagious. I'm not trying to have that. I don't want James Harden. Now, if they sign James Harden, you know what it is. But he wants a lot of money too. Like, this guy is like 34 years old and he's like, no, I don't want that. Now, if you do that, I'm telling you, Rockets, it's just you're losing patience. You're not trying to go with the process of the team. You're losing patience and you want to be a good team immediately. Or you're going to be a good team or a decent team and it will be like the 8th seed, 7th seed and then choke in the playoffs. And then what happens then? Like, what are we doing? Please. I know there's a report saying that he's coming to Houston. Please. I've already experienced all this heartbreak in the past. I don't want to get James Harden here and then he looks kind of good in the regular season. Then we get to the postseason, he's scoring 2 points. I don't have time. I don't want to defend him no more because I do that for 8 years. It was the most exhausting 8 years ever. Please don't let me do that again. Now, obviously, you're not going to listen to me, but if somehow this gets to the head coach and if somehow it gets to the general manager and somehow it gets to the owner, I'm looking at you, Tillman Fertitta. Please do not resign James Harden. I don't know what you're trying to do. Unless James Harden turns an absolute, like a new leaf or something, there is no reason to sign James Harden. Doesn't fit with the team. Trade up to number 2, get Scoot Henderson, get some veterans, some cheap veterans, and let's see what we do. That's all I'm saying. That's not gonna happen though, because I have no control and Houston's impatient and we have no plot. So when then James Harden does get signed and we lose next year in that first round series, we'll go back to this video. But that's my take on it. We don't need Victor. We don't need James. We have enough talent here. Just draft, try, maybe trade up, trade out, and do something about the pick. You know, obviously I can't control what you do, but that's my analysis of the whole situation. So thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe for more Rockets analysis and playoff analysis, and I will catch you on the next video. I'm out of here. Peace.